Humble flex. Didn't make it past like 15 that week. Humble flex. I had this like eagle putt for like 8 feet, and I could have 2-putted for birdie to win the hole. And I told Allison I was gonna make it. I go, watch, like they're not gonna give it to me. I'm gonna make it. And I made it, and I just did the biggest fist bump. I was like, what did you want? What did you expect? Just being
So
a little competitive there.
There you go. Megan Khang, welcome to the Scoop.
Thank you for having me.
What'd we go with?
We went with a combination of chocolate and cookies and cream.
We are both Massachusetts gals, so I wanted to start there because it's pretty rare to have someone at your level who's like from this area, just because it's not a, weather-wise, not a great golf city.
I don't know about you. I mean, it's great right now.
It is great right now, but I'm thinking like growing up, how, or even now, how do you manage practicing in January in those freezing months?
You know, I get asked that question a lot in like pro-ams, and they're like, oh, like, what do you do in the winter? And I just say, like, I snowboard. So yeah, I still go snowboarding. I finally bought a helmet last year. I think like one year I just went into like a ski shop on this like snowboard I really liked. Didn't know how good of a board it was. Bought bindings, boots, and everything. And then like come closer to the season start, or the start of the season, I'll head down to Florida. It's like warmer weather. Get used to hitting off grass again, so I don't like chunk every shot at the start of the season. But for the most part, like I practice outdoors, like off mats and stuff like that. But you know, it's not too bad. Like I tell everyone, like, you know, I'll practice in like a t-shirt when it's nice and sunny out, because the sun shines perfectly in the hitting bays.
Okay, and then how are you at snowboarding?
I don't break anything, knock on wood. Haven't broken anything from that. So I'd say I'm decent, but definitely a better golfer.
All right, 14 years old, you qualify for the U.S. Women's Open. What was like your biggest memory from that week, something that sticks out?
I remember getting the car, obviously not being able to drive, took a picture as if I was driving it. And then I remember like player dining. Like I'm 14 years old, and funny enough, like obviously this past Women's Open was at Erin Hills, and my first one was Black Wolf Run. And so when I was 14, I saw like Yanni Sang, and I like had braces on, and I was like, can I get a picture? And I was like sitting eating with Yanni Sang. And then this past year, I went up to Yanni, and I was like, I showed her the picture from back in the day, like we recreated the picture.
No way.
So it was hilarious, because I mean, I was 14 and then like 27 this year, so it's been a long run of good times at the U.S. Women's Open.
Did the kids at school realize that you were like a really good golfer?
No. It was really funny, because my like best friend from high school, like when we were growing up, she I never really like told anyone like what level of golf I played. And I think last year, because of the FM championship, was the first time she like got to see me play golf. And she was like, dude, you're pretty good at this.
And you were 26 at that point.
Yeah, so it was pretty funny. Like I'd known her since we were like 9 or 10, and she like, first time she ever saw me, she was like, yeah, you're pretty good, huh? And I was like, oh yeah, it's all right. She was like, yeah, I couldn't do it. She was a soccer player growing up, so it was hilarious. But no, it's definitely funny, because like I really kept to myself. Didn't play on the high school team, and I remember like when I was getting to my senior year, like a lot of my like junior golf friends had like committed to college and stuff like that, and I just hadn't yet. And like one school had called my high school, and I got called to like my guidance counselor's office, and they were like, you gotta commit. And I was like, oh no, like it's not really the school I want to go to. And they were like, what? It's a Division I school. I'm like, yeah, I know, but like
So even they didn't realize that like you would have had a lot of options.
No one kind of knew, because like I would miss like more than the like allowed days off. So like my parents would have to like call the school and be like, yes, we know she's not there. Like we know she's missing school. But it was just hilarious though, because like when the colleges started calling, then they kind of realized like, oh, she might be like pretty good. And then obviously like I didn't go to school, so a lot of my teachers were like, why didn't you ever tell us you were good? And I was like, like my dad said I was okay.
Yeah, that's so funny.
Like he didn't like, you know, my dad said I was okay at golf, like not like good.
You talked a little bit just now and then at the like Titleist women or the leadership retreat last week about that decision to go pro and how it actually, part of it happened on a college visit. Can you tell that story?
Yeah, no, that was super cool. So, um, when I was graduating my senior year, it was like the summer of, um, that would have been like maybe going into my freshman year of college if I'd gone. But I went on an official visit to Wake Forest, and at the time, like Diane Daly was the head coach, and Kevin Diaz was the assistant, and Kevin Diaz's wife, Laura Diaz, was on the LPGA tour, and so like we were there with another girl, actually two other girls who were already committed to the school, and so like they pulled my dad and I aside, and they were like, "So, you see what we have to offer? Like, do you want to come to school in the fall?" And I looked at my dad and like we kind of chit chatted like, oh, like we don't know yet, we don't know. And the uh, assistant coach was like, Mr. Diaz was like, honestly, if my wife plays on tour, like I definitely think you can make it out there. You've got the game too. We can definitely help you with some time management. But I definitely think you're good enough to pursue it. At like now 17 at the time, and so like that meant like so much to me because like obviously like his wife being on tour, like he saw firsthand of like how hard it is to make it out there, and like to have someone else outside of like let's say my family and friends like believe in me the way he did, it like meant a lot to me because like I'd never like obviously like your friends and family are always there to support you and they tell you like you can do it, but like to see that he has obviously seen like the best woman out there compete and like his wife is doing it, to have him kind of believe in me at 17, it was like I took it very much to heart because again, first time like someone truly outside of like our circle told me like I was good enough to do it. And so I always say I would have gone to Wake just for the loyalty that they gave when I was like in 8th grade and they offered a full scholarship then. But yeah, no, I'm very like happy and grateful to have met like Kevin Diaz and his family because like they like definitely gave me a bit of confidence that like it was nice to hear from.
Mm-hmm. That's great. All right, Solheim Cup. Do you
Oh
have
yeah.
a favorite one that you've played in, and then a favorite memory?
I guess the favorite one right now has got to be at like Robert Trent Jones last year. I mean, that one was just such a great one. Obviously, we won that one, so it makes it all that much nicer. Um, honestly, the match that I played with Allison Lee was probably like the most memorable one. I mean, from the second hole, her holing out, and then to
That was when the shirts came off. The
shirts
caddies,
came
right?
off, shirts off, tarps were off. It was hilarious because like again, we just made that bet on the tee box, and then it just happened 5 minutes later. And then like later on in the match, on like the 10th or 11th hole, the par three, like Norquist was in tight, and like I knew like I had to birdie, and like my ball had like hung on the edge of the lip, and then it like fell in, and like we were screaming too. Um, actually no, like Norquist had made her birdie putt already,
Okay.
and so like we knew we had to make it.
Yeah.
And so like the fact that like it hung on the edge and it was like that tiger effect where like it just fell over, it was incredible. Like there was just so many highlights, and then like even just watching like some other matches where like Alison Corpuz like got it like 6 inches off the ground and went to like 2 feet for eagle. Like I was floored by that. Like there's just so many highlights of that week where it's like it was so fun because like obviously we ended up winning, but I mean it was a awesome week.
What can you tell us? I guess it was not technically just a team room. You had like a team house there, right? What goes
Yeah.
on in there?
A lot of music. I
Okay.
think myself and Allison Lee's caddy at the time, Shota, we were in charge of the music. So like if I wasn't there, like he'd be on it, and then vice versa. And we'd like share playlists on the bus rides and stuff like that. But it was cool because there was a little like recovery center for us upstairs because obviously like we weren't staying on site.
Mm-hmm.
So like if you want to take a naps, you could, but like I think no one took a nap because we were all just like out there. Maybe one person did. Maybe one or two, but like for the most
Were
part,
you napping?
I'm not
Okay.
a napper in
Yeah,
general.
you seem like high energy anyways. I don't know if you-
I'm a very much energizer bunny to
Yeah,
say
yeah.
the least. But I mean for the most part, like we were all just kind of out there all the time, and but like the team room was nice though because like we could just literally go in, grab a Gatorade, come back out, and just be ready to keep going.
How do you think your personality contributed to the team?
I lost my voice before the first round. So it definitely like kept it up there pretty high. I
Mhm.
think, obviously it's a team, so like you kind of have to like read the room of like, what other teammates want. But I think it definitely helped on like the being in charge of the aux cord.
Love it. How did you celebrate your win in 2023?
Funny enough, won it in a playoff in Canada.
Mhm.
It's hard like because like, you want to go out, but like it's Sunday, so like nothing's ever like open. But we had a couple of like the physios, like my physio and like a couple of his friends, like they stayed with us that night, and I felt so bad because I was like, yeah, guys, I'm really sorry, I'm tired, but like here's some money, go have some drinks.
You sent them out.
So I sent like the boys out, and so the boys went out, and like me and like my other friend, we just sat in the house because we were just like, yeah, we're tired.
How did you like mentally debrief from that? When I talked to Nelly, she said she almost feels sick after she wins. Like she's just been like on an adrenaline rush all day long, and then the exhale of it all.
I think I just crashed
Yeah.
because like the night before going into Sunday, I had a lead, and for those who don't, I love Candy Crush. Like Candy Crush and like I'm a crusher, and like I'm on level like I'm close to like level 17,000.
Oh my God.
I love Candy Crush. So this Saturday night going into Sunday, I had so much like anxiety, like so much like I was so anxious
Yeah.
about like the day that I woke up middle of the night and I like played Candy Crush for like 2 hours until I couldn't fall. I could not keep my eyes open.
Oh my
And so
God.
I was dead tired going into Sunday because I knew it was just it helped me like calm down because I didn't have any energy to be
Yeah.
stressed.
It's almost better to be tired.
As bad as that sounds.
Yeah.
But it was really cool though because like obviously winning it changed a lot of my perspective of like, hey, I can do this. Like it wasn't a question of like if I could, but like now that I have done it, it was nice to get it under my belt. But yeah, no, I think I was just like so tired just because of like the night before leading up to it, and I just crashed. But no, like Alice and Lee and I, we actually were gonna plan to go like the Drake concert the day after, and then they got like canceled because they had like some technical
Oh
issues.
no.
So like, we just had like a really nice dinner
Nice.
and in town, and then like we drove down to like the Portland Classic.
Is the night before that final round the most nervous you've been before a round of golf?
I would say yes, but at the same time, like playing at home is definitely a little more stressful than people might think. Being one of the few girls that are from Massachusetts and still lives here, you obviously want to give the home crowd like something to root for. But I think that's just more so like the pressure I put on myself.
Yeah.
And so I'm learning to be better about that. Because obviously, I think like the support from the home crowd is always going to be great, no matter what. So I think I just need to learn to relax myself.
It was funny. I was following you on Saturday, and I ran into a friend who played golf at BC, and she was saying she knew you from junior golf, and then like you could kind of overhear people like, oh, well, she's from the town over from the. Everyone was trying to like claim you a little bit. They were like, she's from the town over from me. She like all this stuff. So that was really cool to see. Like you really are when like we're there, the favorite. Speaking of FM, besides like it being in your home state, what makes the FM Championship a must play?
I think from the outside looking in, I think it speaks volumes already. Like the person itself brings the players in, and then like as a player, FM did a great job of like setting the bar high of like I want to say it was like a 3.5 person in the beginning, and then they like went up to like 3.8 without even seeing us hit a shot yet.
Yeah.
And then this year was like a 4.1 purse. So like as a player, it's like holy smokes, like that's incredible. But then you get like more in depth into the details, and FM came to me like as an ambassador. They came to me and asked like, oh, what do players look for in tournaments? And I was like, oh, like sometimes like accommodation would be nice, some cars, laundry, like flights sometimes are a little expensive.
You took care of the girls.
And they were like, done. We got it, Meg. We got it.
That's amazing.
And I was like, what?
So was everyone like, Megan, you helped so much, or did you not claim it?
I mean, I can say it as much as I want,
Yeah.
but like, let's be honest, they can.
Yeah.
FM can say yay or nay.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so the fact that like they took what I said, and then just like doubled down, put it all on the plate. And so, like, they put the girls up in a hotel. They gave top 30 seat cars. Like, not just any cars, like BMWs. Like, I got to drive, like, an XM for the week.
It's so fun.
And then, they had like 2 dinners.
Mhm.
Like one was for like FM employees to come, and then like the other was just like strictly for players and their family and stuff like that. They had like laundry credits. Like I was floored by it because I was like, each year, like second year in, I was like, I was wondering how you guys were in the top last year, and now like I'm like wondering how you guys are in the top this year, and like watch you guys, this surprised me again.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's great for me. Like I obviously stay at home, and so my caddy got the benefit of staying at the hotel, which she was very happy about.
Mhm.
But as a player, like it is incredible to see just because obviously I think more tournaments are doing that nowadays. I think you have like the Mizuho LPGA Classic, like they're taking care of our hotel, and we
Yeah.
got to drive like we get a ferry over, so you don't have to worry about a car because like we're in New York, you don't need a car. And then like the Utah Black Desert event, it's they literally flew us private from like the Chevron to Utah.
Wow.
I mean that itself was so cool because like we were all wondering how it was gonna be flight wise to get
Mhm.
there, and they were like, we got that. Um, so I mean, like tournaments, like it's not just FM, but like
Yeah.
it's pretty cool to see these tournaments that are now coming onto the LPGA really try to like kind of one up each other,
Yeah.
and like the players are just absolutely benefiting from it, and like we love it, we appreciate it, and obviously it's becoming more tournaments that like we don't really want to miss.
Yeah, because the logistics itself could be a full-time job. I feel like, say, like
Mhm.
housing and flights and everything, and the fact that like that can be taken off your plate and you can just focus on the golf
Exactly.
is incredible. Okay, this is the final question that I ask everybody for this portion. It's 3 parts. A low moment of your career can be from your whole life, a high moment, and something that you've learned.
A low moment of my career. I wouldn't say it was like performance wise.
Okay.
I would say like the low point of my career was like, obviously I was very happy for a lot of my friends getting their wins and coming out on tour and coming out with a bang. But I remember like I was with my boyfriend and he was like, yeah, when are you gonna win? Like just like poking fun. And I don't think he realized like how sensitive it was.
Yeah.
Because like obviously like you come out here on tour and like you wanna obviously do well, make a name for yourself and get a win under your belt. And I kind of like flipped out because I was like, I'm trying, okay?
Yeah.
And like I bawled because I was like, I always thought like I was good enough to do it out here, good enough to win. But like for me, it was kind of like it had been so long, like it felt so long, especially because like other friends had like come out and just like won,
Right.
and here I am going, how many years on tour, and I haven't won. Like I've come close. I feel like I've come short every time. I feel like that was like a big, I got not a big low point, but like a big self reflection point of
Mhm.
like, okay, I need to take this like self pity moment and turn it into like, okay, I'm gonna win out on tour. Like,
Yeah.
I just need to change that mentality. So like it was like a low point, but like at the same time, like it was still like a learning point as well.
Totally.
And I guess the high point is like always obviously the win was huge, and like honestly like other than like the win, I would say like a high point's always just like being able to go out there and compete because it's you don't take it for granted. Like it's
Yeah.
something like you can't take for granted. Obviously, it's tough out there. I mean, I think this year we have like what all not first time winners, but like no one's a repeat winner yet.
It's crazy.
So I mean, don't take anything for granted. And then I guess the learning point is like really just trusting myself in the process because it's gotten to a point where it's like there's only so much I can control. Like obviously
Mhm.
golf, like we're playing against other people, but it's whoever plays the golf course the best at the end of the week. And so just kind of sticking to my own routine, staying in my own little bubble once in a while, and being able to just enjoy the journey.
All right. We'll do our brain freeze now. These are just rapid fire questions, quick answers. Your coffee order.
Lately, it's been a oat milk flat white.
Nice. Song you're listening to on repeat.
Ooh, hmm. I would say Ashes by Bailey Zimmerman and Diplo.
Last pro you texted.
Allison Corpus.
Who we have in the gallery
Yeah,
here
exactly.
today. Very fun fact people don't know about you.
I'm pretty much an open book, unfortunately. So there's not much. I think people tell me that I know. They know stuff about me before I know about myself. So
Alright.
fun fact, sometimes you might know more than I do about me.
Favorite course to play around Boston.
Boston Golf Club, easy.
Favorite show to binge watch.
Ooh. Right now it's Summer Urchin Pretty.
Ooh.
Yeah, we're gonna have like a little watch party later.
Good.
Don't worry.
Most used iPhone app.
Probably text message.
Hottest golf take. Mega said that you should always wear a collared shirt on the golf course.
I mean, is that a hot take?
I don't
though?
know. I was wearing like a t-shirt. I was like, oh shoot.
I don't know. I guess like for me, if it's wearing like golf clothes wise, like I'm not a huge fan of like the jogger look.
Okay. Advice for junior golfers.
Have fun. I mean, I think golf's hard. I think as soon as you know that, accept it. But you know, just take it on as a challenge because it's hard for everyone.
Perfect. Okay. Last thing. I texted you like 5 or 6 photos.
Like my case.
Ooh, love it. That's a great case. Just give me like a 30-second explanation of each one.
Okay, let's see. This one. For those who don't know, I was wearing this was during Solheim, and I believe it was on the par 5, 13 or 14. I don't know. I didn't humble flex. Didn't make it past like 15 that week. Humble flex. 14. On 14, I had this eagle putt for like, I forget who I was in play. I might have been with Allison Lee
Okay.
actually. I had this like eagle putt for like 8 feet, and I could have 2-putted for birdie to win the hole. And I told Allison I was gonna make it. I go, watch, like they're not gonna give it to me. I'm gonna make it. And I made it, and I just did the biggest fist bump. I was like, what did you want? What did you expect? Just being
So
a little competitive
There
there.
you go.
Oh, this one was my first pitch at the Red Sox for the FM championship last year.
Nice.
And I was happy I did not hit dirt.
There you go.
I remember this one. So this one was funny enough with Allison Corpuz.
Mm-hmm.
We were at the U.S. Girls at Lake Merced, and Allison has always been the tall friend between us, if you couldn't tell. Oh my gosh. And gosh, this was again another U.S. Girls.
You have a good memory if you're recalling these photos too, by the way.
No, this was another U.S. Girls. So
Okay.
Rinko Mitsunaga.
Okay.
She was another one of our junior friends. She's actually a college coach now
Cool.
at Kansas State University. And funny enough, I ran into her at U.S. Women's Open
Mm-hmm.
because she was caddying. But this is when I'd got knocked out of the match play portion, and like parents aren't allowed to caddy. And so I was like, I'll caddy for you.
How was your caddying? Did you like it?
It's when Rinko and I are like this. I don't know. It was a Throwback Thursday though. I can't recall if we won or not, but I don't think we did. So I don't. Oh yes.
Oh.
See, she has the better memory.
Yeah, you do
between
have a
us.
good memory.
Yeah. Oh, she has the better memory between us. It's always been like that, actually. And then, oh my gosh, this is when Nellie and I started becoming like really good friends. And she had like sent me like a Snapchat of like her drinking like Nesquik chocolate milk. And I don't know why, but like I thought it was so funny. Oh, and then I remember this. So every year we got to play in it was called like the John D. Minnick Cup, and it was like against New England versus Team USA.
Mm-hmm.
And I was one of the 4 girls or I guess one of the 4 girls to represent Team New England. And then so like they gave us tickets to the Deutsche Bank, which happened to be at TPC Boston at the time. And I remember walking down 16. Tiger's then caddy Joel Acava, I guess, used to know or work at a chocolate factory that one of our close friends used to have, or her family had. And instead of like chanting like Tiger's name in that little like walkway, we started chanting like Joe, 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 Joe.
Oh.
And like Joe started like giggling a little, and then Tiger kind of looked over at us like, hello. So then like Joe was super nice because like I guess he noticed our friend Mia, and Joe brought us out to the parking lot, and like we got to meet Tiger, take a picture with Tiger, and it was the coolest thing ever because it was just funny because we were just chanting Joe and not Tiger.
Yeah.
So like we caught their attention perfectly.
That's awesome. Thank you so much. This was great.
No problem. Thank you. Thank you for the ice cream.
It's good, right? Do you have JP Licks often? Do you ever-
I don't have ice cream too
Oh,
often.
you don't have it too often. Hello everyone, thanks for watching The Scoop. We have some awesome guests coming on season 2, so make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.